guys, welcome back to my channel. It's me, Nicole, aka Nictrick, and today I'm going to be starting a mini series slash segment on my channel where I do a little eating show, also known as a mukbang, I think. Yeah, I'm just going to be eating stuff for you guys, and you guys can always request me to eat things if you want, and I'll also be answering questions about very specific topics. Because I don't want to just sit here and eat in front of you guys for like 15 minutes. I feel like that'd be kind of boring. So yeah. Also, shout out to Four Eyes Clothing for the raddest shirt ever. Don't wear this around parents. I feel like I'm gonna offend some people, but otherwise, pretty cool shirt. And today's episode of I don't know, what am I gonna call this segment? I think I'm gonna call it Nictrick's Nosh. Gonna be noshing on some noms. Today's episode is gonna be carrots. Kind of as a joke, just cause about a week ago, I went on a snowboarding trip to Big Bear with my friends Alice and Neely and her fiance and Yukiko and her boyfriend Nick, and I had such an amazing time, and we were just, being stupid and having a lot of fun, and we bought a lot of food for the weekend trip because we stayed in a cabin together, and we bought everything from Costco, so we ended up buying this 5-pound bag of baby carrots, and me and my friends, we just got so drunk that we were just standing in the kitchen eating carrots for some reason. So that's where that Instagram clip comes from, me just munching on baby carrots. I got two 1-pound bags of carrots that I'm gonna try to go through. Yeah, just so that I don't run out of things to munch on, to nosh on while I'm talking. So, on the menu today is baby carrots and boys. So, 2 pounds of baby carrots and boys are gonna be the topic. I asked you guys to comment below that video clip on Instagram any questions that you have about boys or relationships, and I also asked you guys to tweet me some questions if you guys have questions about boys or whatever, and I just thought I'd talk about it. So let's get started. Open up my first bag. Oh my god. I feel like a baby bunny. The baby carrots are so good. I don't think I could do this if it was just straight up full-size carrots. Am I the only one who feels that way? I feel like baby carrots have more mild flavor. I don't know. Let's start answering questions. Okay. First question from Instagram is, what do you think about long distance relationships and how could they possibly work? My general opinion on LDRs, aka long distance relationships, is that they don't really work. I've been in one or two, and in the end, the distance just makes it really hard. A lot of people always say, yeah, distance makes the heart grow fonder, and it does, but if you don't have an end goal to your long distance relationship, it really isn't gonna work. So if you're gonna be long distance with someone, you both have to be very mature and approach it in a way that you guys both are on the same page. Both you and your partner need to understand when it's gonna end, how long it's gonna be for. So it's let's be apart for a year or 2 years, and then within that amount of time, you need to put in equal amounts of effort to see each other, because otherwise I feel like that's not very fair. But yeah, LDRs can work. I'm gonna say 50% of the time. I'm not gonna give the percentage I'm not gonna give too high of a percentage just because I feel like it's rare. Your love for that person has to be real deep. And I definitely would not dive straight into an LDR if it was a new relationship. I would at least give it like 6 months to a year first. If you've known someone for a while, you've established that connection, and you guys have established that you care that much for each other, that you'd be willing to go through the hardship of a long distance relationship, because it is a lot of work that you have to put into it. You have to, I don't know, communication is so important that you're gonna be texting and calling each other every day, hopefully, Skyping maybe, or video chatting, FaceTiming. All those things take time out of your day. And if you're someone that, I mean, you want to focus more on yourself and you have a lot of other things going on in your life, which isn't like a bad thing. Why am I double fisting carrots right now? Anyways, it's not a bad thing to focus on yourself, but just figure out where you are in your life and if a long distance relationship will either add or detract from your overall life goals. I hope that made sense. Next question. Do you think girls or boys cheat more? Oh man. I want to say that it's an equal amount. Yeah, I feel like boys are sometimes a little bit more primal about sexuality and like just they act a lot on impulse, but I feel like girls can sometimes be conniving, and I think everyone just has motives. Is that cynical, guys? Maybe that's super cynical. I'm just probably a really cynical person. But no, I think there's no one gender that cheats more than the other. There's always situations, and it doesn't make you a bad person if you cheat, but it's just like you need to be able to understand yourself, be self-aware, figure out why you did it, and like don't just keep doing it. You know, it's not something that you want to keep doing. Like if it happens like once or twice in your life, I feel like you have to go through something like that to understand or to be able to empathize with people who have been through the same situation. So yeah, no answer for that. Guys and girls both cheat the same, I think. How did I meet my boyfriend? And how did I come to terms that he could be my boyfriend? What are my requirements? I met my boyfriend on Tinder. The funny thing about that is, when I first heard about Tinder, I was like, this is like the dumbest thing ever. Like, why would anybody be on this? Just for fun, like besides being on there for fun. And I don't know, we went on our first date and I was like, man, like this guy's pretty cool to hang out with, and he's really funny and he's sweet and he's smart, and I guess he just wasn't at all what I expected from like the type of people you would think you'd meet on Tinder. Just because you hear like so many like stigmas about people who are on Tinder. But yeah, so that's how I met him, Tinder. And how did I decide that I wanted to be with him exclusively? I think there comes a point in time when you understand, like, when you reach a certain age, at the age I am now, I don't feel like I have the romantic ignorance that I did back in like high school or in college or whatever. I think about things like a lot more thoroughly now before I make decisions about them. So even though he asked me to be exclusive first, I asked him to wait on it, and I wanted to think about it a little bit more. I wanted to be like 100% sure, you know, because I'm one of those people who have been in relationship after relationship all throughout my life. And I don't know why that is. Honestly, I just fear of being alone maybe, or just like, it's just nice feeling wanted and needed all the time. But, you know, now that I'm older and I have been through a very, very serious relationship that ended when, you know, I thought there was gonna be like a future to that I feel like now I think about things a lot more thoroughly, and one of the requirements for me, I guess, was that I had to feel so myself, and being as hurt as I was by past experiences, I had to feel that I was able to be vulnerable around this person, and that they wouldn't take advantage of those weaknesses, and use them against me, because there's some pretty messed up people in the world who like either, even if they don't like use your weaknesses against you, they could just like back away, I guess, because I know like baggage is a really big deal in relationships, and not everyone can handle that, and that doesn't make them a bad person. It just means that it's not what they're looking for. But yeah, I felt that I could be myself around my baby, and it's funny, and you just know when you can like sit there in moments of silence, or you could just sit at each other's houses and just talk for hours about nothing and not really have to do anything. That means you guys connect on a deeper level than just hobbies or common interests like music and sports, So, but of course, like hobbies and common interests are important. I don't think it's as important as connecting on a deeper level. So, for me and my boyfriend, we have really, really different like interests on the surface. But at the core, I think we're pretty similar people, and we agree on a lot of things that matter to us. So that's why I decided that I wanted to be with him. Someone else asked, how do you know if the guy or girl you're dating isn't into you? I feel like that's really easy. Especially having been on Tinder for a little while before I got with my boyfriend. I feel like when people aren't interested, they just don't put out the time, because time is something that is so rare and so limited nowadays. Everyone is like on their phones or on their devices, and there's always something, you're always connected elsewhere, that to the point where I feel like a lot of times people just aren't connecting anymore. And when you meet someone that you connect with, you're gonna set all of that aside, and like you're gonna make time to see them. So like, for example, like I was seeing other people and I was talking to other people when before my boyfriend and I got together, and we were just talking. And then I got to a point where I didn't want to talk to these other people anymore. I didn't want to see anybody else. And I thought to myself, like, well, who am I kidding? Like, I definitely only want to see this guy, so I might as well be with him. So yeah, if they don't give you the time of day, if you feel like they're not putting in effort, probably means they're not into you. Someone asked, what do you do if your boyfriend and your best friend don't get along? This is a really tough one, because I've been through this, and I feel like your significant other and your friends don't always have to get along. You guys can have your own friends. You can do your own thing. Obviously, it would be nicer if your significant other and your friends got along. That'd be ideal. But that's not always the case. Best friends, however, is a little bit more difficult. Mainly because your best friend hopefully should know you pretty well and should understand you and should understand your wants and your needs. But I don't ever think that we open ourselves up at a level that's that vulnerable when it comes to friendship and like best friends. That's something that you do when you find someone like a significant other, someone that you really trust and you're really yourself around. Because at the end of the day, I feel like even if it's your best friend, like there's still some boundaries that you set with friendships. So I feel like if your best friend and your boyfriend don't get along, they don't have to see each other, and like you can spend time separately with both, and I think that if both your boyfriend and your best friend cared about you, they would respect that. They would respect that you have you should be able to have different groups of friends and different people that you want to hang out with that might not always get along with each other. So respect is a really big deal. Oh, this one's cute. Another Instagram question is, any conversation starter ideas that don't end in awkwardness when you know them but haven't talked to them in person? I'm trying to think of a scenario where that would be the case. And I'm trying to think that maybe like in school, in class, like a guy in your class or a girl in your class that you think is really cute and you know they exist, but you just have never spoken to them. I'm gonna say that I'm pretty forward, I think. Like when I think people are cute, I just kind of walk up to them and I'm like, hey, I like this or that about them. Compliment them, you know? It's really easy to throw out a compliment, especially when it's something like their clothes or their hair. And that doesn't have to end in awkwardness, you know? Like I don't think any topic really has to end in awkwardness if you carry it on in the right way. So say you see a cute guy or cute girl in your class and you're like, I'm gonna go talk to her after class, him after class. You go up to them and you're like, hey, I noticed you're wearing so-and-so jacket. That's really sick. It looks really good on you. And they're like, probably gonna be like, oh, thanks. And then you're gonna be like, so you're pretty fashionable. Wanna give me some style tips or something? Maybe we can hang out at the mall. And then bam, you got yourself a date. I'm just kidding, guys. I'm so awkward. That's a pretty awkward thing to do. But I guess I'm an awkward person. Embrace yourself. If you're awkward, you're awkward. There's no point in trying to be cool. Okay. Another question. Man, this is really hard, guys. I'm not even like halfway done with this bag. That's just the first bag. I really don't think I'm gonna finish this. Unless like, I don't know. I just don't think I'm gonna finish this. I definitely overestimated myself. Let's go to Twitter now. Any tips on shy boys? To be quite honest with you, I don't think I've ever been the... Why do I have both bags here? Like, I'm hoarding food. I'm gonna be really honest with you guys. I don't think I've ever been much for the shy type. I'm kind of like loud. Not super loud. I'm kind of reserved when you first meet me in person. But I'm pretty goofy. I like joking around a lot. And if like someone can't really handle that or if they're too shy to handle my jokes, I end up feeling awkward. So I usually don't go for shy people. I think I've always liked class clowns or like a little bit of the bad boy type, I guess. That's really bad, guys. Don't like bad boys. If he looks like a bad boy, talks like a bad boy, walks like a bad boy, chances are he's probably a bad boy and he's probably not gonna be super nice to you in the end. But for some reason, girls just think like, oh man, this guy looks like a baddie, but you know, maybe magically I'm gonna be the one who changes him. No, that usually doesn't happen. Sorry, I got totally sidetracked. Tips on shy boys. So, I have not personally encountered shy boys because I don't usually like shy boys. But I've been there when friends like shy guys. And it's tough because I feel like you can't come on too strong like the way I would. Be like, hey, your hair is really cool. Like, can you show me how to style my hair too? Or like, hey, like, I don't know, that presentation you gave in class was so rad. Like, you should teach me how to like, whatever. I don't know. Everything's turning into like a tutoring session. I don't know. But, so yeah, so you can't be too forward. I feel like that scares off people who are more introverted and shy. But you can definitely drop hints. Because, I mean, just because someone's shy doesn't mean they're oblivious, you know? You can be like, say hi to them whenever you see them. If you see them frequently, say hi. You know, drop a really cute smile. Give them light compliments. Nothing too like raunchy or over the top or anything that seems too aggressive, but you know, like you see them, say hi and be like, hey, like, I really like your outfit today. I feel like I'm pretty reserved when you first meet me, but if someone were to come up to me and like, you know, just compliment me that way, I feel like I'd be like, oh man, like, that's pretty nice. And if I see this person frequently and they keep dropping comments like that, I'm gonna start feeling like, oh, maybe this person has feelings for me. And then I'll be more open to, you know, joking around or talking later on. But yeah, I would say definitely don't be too aggressive. I'm getting really full. I'm such a failure, guys. I'm sorry I failed you. Oh, another Twitter question. Not really a question about boys, but I'm gonna answer it anyways because it's really funny and I really want to answer this question. So, somebody asked, which emoji do you think accurately represents you? Love you. Aw, thank you. I love you too. And I love you guys. I think the emoji that I always use is, you know, the monkey that sits on its haunches and kind of like looks over its shoulders? I'm gonna attempt to do it. Hold up. Oh god. This one. Do you guys know that monkey? I'm probably just gonna like put it on the screen somewhere. Here. But the monkey that sits on its haunches and like looks over its shoulder, I feel like that monkey describes my entire life because I'm hardly ever serious about anything and I just feel like literally monkeying around like most of the time about everything. So I think that's why that that emoji really like accurately describes me. That one or the little like devilish like the smiling devil one. The little purple one. Is it purple or is it red, guys? I don't know. It looks different on everybody's phone. But yeah, the smiling devil, because I joke around a lot and I'm always saying things like, and I feel like when I insert that emoji when I'm texting my friends, it's literally me going, like giving them the shadiest smile ever. That's pretty much it. Yeah, let's see. One last question. If your boyfriend doesn't like someone, do you automatically hate them too? And is it shady if you continue to be their friend? And does cutting off ties make you a bad person? Well, that was a loaded question. No, I think as long as you have open communication with your boyfriend, it should be fine. It's not shady if you continue to be friends with them. You just need to be very honest. I guess it also depends on the reason why your boyfriend doesn't like that person. Maybe because he's just concerned about you and maybe that person's a bad influence or something. In that case, I think that you should definitely take his opinion into consideration. Like, why? Well, this is the person that loves you and cares about you, there should be a reason why he would never want to just shut you out from your friends for no reason. So if he doesn't like someone, you gotta reevaluate why you're friends with that person. And if like he has a valid point. But no. You shouldn't have to automatically hate someone just because your boyfriend hates them. I think you guys should be able to be your own people and make your own decisions. Yeah. I think those are all the questions for today, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. I'm gonna finish these last two. And I'm gonna KO because that's just like way too many carrots for me. I'm sorry. I wish I could nosh on more, but I'm really weak when it comes to food. So, drop a comment below. Let me know if you guys enjoy this series. And tell me what you want on the menu next time, topic-wise and food-wise. So, yeah. Thank you so much for watching Nictrick's Nosh. Tune in again next week. I'm going to be dropping one of these videos every single week because I feel like these are fun to do. So yeah. Hit me up on Instagram, hit me up on Twitter @Nictrick for all of my socials. And give me questions and suggestions on topics and on food that I should eat next week. And I will see you guys next week.